Women, you are uniquely powerful. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. The Creator has given you a purpose that belongs only to you. As you move through life, there are parts of you that you must learn to guard, not because they are less important, but because they are holy to who you are. First, you need to understand the weight of personal boundaries. Boundaries are not only physical, they are emotional, mental, and spiritual. You have been trusted with the authority to set your own limits. You must protect your inner life. When you reveal too much of yourself, especially in personal matters, you open the door to opinions, judgments, and sometimes manipulation. Respect always begins with you. Respect yourself enough to know what to share, with whom, and when. Emotional vulnerability is another place that needs careful protection. Being open is good. Sharing your heart matters. But not every feeling needs to be exposed to everyone. Some emotions, some battles, are meant to be worked through between you and God, your own wisdom, or the few close friends who truly care for your well-being. When you share too much too quickly, you give others access to your softest parts. Not everyone knows how to carry the weight of your emotions. This leads us to your personal struggles. You may be fighting battles right now that no one else understands, and that is completely okay. Some struggles are between you, your soul, and your Creator. Not every challenge needs an audience. When you lay your difficulties in front of everyone, they can become heavier burdens instead of chances for growth and support. Let some battles shape you quietly before you ever speak of them out loud. Let them form your character in private first. Your financial independence is a gift. Guard it. The world may try to push you to reveal your money, your income, your savings, your debts. But your worth is not in what you own or how much you earn. Your worth is in who you are. Keep your financial details private, especially in relationships. Do not allow anyone to decide your value by looking at your bank account or your possessions. You are far more precious than anything you could ever buy. Your past relationships, your experiences, and your history are pieces of your story. They have shaped you, but they do not have to write your future. Do not feel you need to revisit old wounds and mistakes over and over, even with people you love. Some things belong in the past and should stay there. When you share too much about former relationships, you risk dragging old pain into your present. That can block you from truly living in the moment. Protect your heart. Guard the strength you have now. And then there's your vision, your dreams, and your calling. You have been given a destiny. It is your responsibility to keep it clear and free from noise. Not every dream needs to be announced. Some people will not understand, believe, or support what you see for your life. There are seasons when you must work in silence and let your results speak for you. Keep your eyes on your vision and defend it with courage. Women, you are the gatekeepers of your own lives. What you share, when you share it, and with whom you share it, this is part of your God-given power. You were created with a purpose, and that purpose must be protected with wisdom and care. As you move forward, guard the sacred parts of yourself. They are rare. They are priceless. Personal boundaries are invisible lines that protect your emotional, mental, and physical health. They are essential if you want to keep your self-respect and dignity. Your value is not measured by how much you give away or how much of yourself you expose. Boundaries are not walls to lock people out. They are structures that allow you to relate to others in a healthy and respectful way. Setting boundaries is an act of honor toward yourself. It's a quiet way of saying, I matter too. When you don't set them, you give others permission to control your time, your emotions, and even your choices. Some people will cross those lines, whether they mean to or not. When that happens again and again, your sense of self slowly starts to fade. The more you allow those lines to be crossed without any response, the more you lose your identity and your sense of control. Boundaries are the frame inside which your identity grows strong. They help you move through relationships without losing your uniqueness or your sense of worth. Self-respect begins with the simple truth that not everything about you is for public view, especially to people who have not earned your trust. The world often tells women to be totally open, to share everything, but there is deep power in being selective. This is not about hiding or lying. It is about knowing when to open your heart and when to keep it safe. Just as you would not allow someone to invade your body without permission, you should not allow them to invade your thoughts and emotions without your consent. A woman who understands her boundaries knows her value. She isn't afraid to say no when something clashes with her values or disturbs her peace. In love, in work, even in family, she knows where to draw the line. That is a calm strength that keeps her steady in who she is and what she believes. When others see that you respect yourself enough to hold your boundaries, they are more likely to respect you as well. By setting clear limits, you protect your peace of mind and your ability to give and receive love in a balanced way. You can connect from a place of strength, knowing you are not trading your core values just to be accepted. This inner strength, rooted in self-respect, empowers you to choose what truly helps you grow and live well. Emotional vulnerability is one of the deepest parts of being human. To be vulnerable is to reveal what's real, your fears, your pain, your hopes, without being sure how others will respond. It is a brave act of trust, but it also needs wisdom. Your ability to be emotionally open is a gift, but not everyone should be allowed into that space. Opening up emotionally can lead to closeness, understanding, and healing with the right people. But shared with the wrong person at the wrong time, it can lead to hurt. Vulnerability needs discernment. You must know when it is safe to be open and when it may put you in a position where someone could misuse your trust. You never owe anyone access to your deepest feelings just to keep them close or to make them happy. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is to protect your emotions by keeping some of them private at first. Give yourself room to heal, to feel, and to think before you hand those parts of you to someone else. There is real strength in waiting until the moment is right. When you speak too soon, especially to someone who has not proven they are safe, you can end up feeling empty, judged, or alone. Protecting your heart is not a weakness, it is wisdom. Not everyone has the emotional maturity to hold your pain with gentleness. Some people may try to use your openness to control you. Others may simply not know how to respond. That is why you must be careful with whom you share your inner world. The right person, the one who has shown they are worthy of trust, will hold your vulnerability with honor and patience. They will give you space to speak when you are ready, without force and without criticism. Being emotionally vulnerable also means recognizing that some experiences are for you alone, at least for a while. There are seasons when you need to turn inward, to heal and reflect without outside voices. That quiet inner work is holy. It helps you understand your own heart and find peace that does not depend on anyone's approval. Emotional vulnerability is not about chasing validation. It is about knowing yourself and becoming whole. The power of vulnerability is in its ability to connect. But it only truly works when shared with the right people, at the right time in the right way. Guard your heart carefully. Let your vulnerability shine where it will be met with love, respect, and understanding. When you do this, your emotional strength grows and your relationships become more honest and lasting. Personal struggles are built into life. They push you, test you, and refine you. But that does not mean every struggle should be shared. As a woman, there's wisdom in knowing which battles to fight quietly and which ones to bring into the open. Your struggles do not define your identity. They are parts of your journey, not your name. Sharing every hardship you face can leave you feeling overexposed. Some battles are meant to be walked out in private. In a world that celebrates constant sharing, you may feel pressure to explain your pain or prove your struggle. But some challenges are there to be faced in silence, where they can shape your strength without outside noise. In those quiet moments, you build resilience, insight, and self-trust. When you share too much about your struggles, people may misunderstand them. They may minimize your pain, judge your choices, or offer shallow advice. Their reactions, even if well-meaning, might not bring the comfort you are looking for. In some cases, oversharing can even lead to more hurt or confusion. Protecting the sacred space of your struggles until you have processed them can help you stay grounded. There is dignity in handling some of your difficulties on your own. This doesn't mean you must always be strong or never ask for help. It means you know that not every burden should be placed on others. You learn to tell the difference between the times you need support and the times you need to lean on your own strength, your faith, and your inner wisdom. Often, when we face hard things, we want someone to confirm our feelings. We want to be seen. But some struggles are invitations to discover that you are stronger than you thought, that you can stand, that you can find answers within. Some of the greatest growth happens in the battles no one else sees. When you walk through pain and decide to rise without an audience, something powerful takes root in you. You are not your struggles. They are chapters, not your whole story. When you choose to keep certain challenges private, you are not running from them. You are giving yourself the room to heal and grow without pressure. You are choosing to let your struggles refine you, not reduce you. That quiet inner transformation often becomes your strongest foundation. By guarding the sacredness of your struggles, you protect the honest place where healing begins and wisdom is formed. Allow your battles to turn you into a woman of depth and courage. When the time is right, you can share them not as heavy loads, but as testimonies of victory. Until then, treat them as holy parts of your path. Knowing your true power comes not from telling every story, but from overcoming with grace. Financial independence is one of the deepest forms of freedom you can hold. It is not only about earning money. It is about knowing you can support yourself, make your own decisions, and stand on your own 2 feet. It is the calm that comes from knowing you are the builder of your financial future. When you are financially independent, you are free to choose how you live, what you focus on, and which dreams you chase. You no longer need someone else's permission to make choices about your life. That freedom cannot be taken lightly. It gives you peace. It gives you a sense of security that allows you to move through the world with confidence. True financial independence is not just about what comes in. It is about how you manage what you have. It is about being thoughtful with your spending, your saving, and your investing. When you take ownership of your finances, you take ownership of your tomorrow. You begin to see that every financial decision shapes your future in some way. Part of protecting your financial independence is keeping some of that information private. Your earnings, your savings, your plans, your debts, these are not for everyone to know. In relationships, especially romantic ones, you have the right to protect your financial life. No one should control your spending, your assets, or your financial decisions unless you have freely chosen to share that responsibility and fully trust them. When you are financially independent, you are less at risk of being controlled or taken advantage of. Money can be used as a tool for manipulation in some relationships. By keeping your financial autonomy, you protect yourself from being trapped in situations you cannot leave because of dependency. You keep the power to choose what is healthy for you. Financial independence lets you build a life that is aligned with your values. You can travel, support causes that matter to you, invest in your calling, and care for your family in ways that match your heart. You don't have to settle because you are afraid of being without. You can take risks, explore opportunities, and say yes to what moves you without being stopped by fear of lack. This independence is also part of your legacy. It is not just about you, it is about those coming after you. When you manage your money well and build stability, you create a foundation that your children, grandchildren, or others you love can stand on. You model what is possible. You show that with discipline and vision, a woman can build real financial strength. At its core, financial independence is about empowerment. It is the freedom to choose, to live by your own values, to walk in your purpose without being controlled by money or by people who hold it. You have both the right and the duty to protect this freedom. Share your financial details only when it serves you and when trust has been firmly built. When you stand firm in your financial independence, you stand firm in your ability to create the life you are called to live. Your past relationships and your personal history matter. They have shaped how you see the world, how you love, and how you protect yourself. But they do not have to rule your present or limit your future. Every woman has chapters filled with joy, pain, mistakes, and breakthroughs. Reflecting on them is natural. Living in them is not. There is wisdom in knowing that not every part of your past needs to be shared, especially in new relationships. When you bring the full weight of your past into something new, you risk placing old fears and hurts on someone who did not cause them. You can end up expecting them to fix or pay for what someone else broke. There is a difference between honest sharing and emotional overexposure. You do not have to open the deepest parts of your history to someone who has not yet earned that trust. Let trust build first. Let time reveal their character. Only then decide what to share and when. When you reveal too much too soon, your past can begin to overshadow your present. Constantly returning to past relationships in conversation can block a new one from growing. It creates an invisible comparison. Are you better than the person before you? That is not fair to them. And it is not fair to you. Both you and your new partner need space to build something fresh, something that does not carry the labels of what came before. There is also a cost to you when you open old wounds repeatedly. Even scars that look healed can ache again when you keep touching them. Sharing painful memories over and over can drain you and those listening. Everyone is carrying something. When you keep revisiting past hurt without having truly processed it, you may stay stuck in those old moments. It is often more powerful to keep certain pieces of your history private until you have fully made peace with them. When you have healed, you can look back with clarity rather than raw pain. From that place, you share not as a victim, but as someone who has risen. You can then offer your story as wisdom, not as open hurt. You are not required to tell everything to anyone, no matter how close they are. Your past belongs to you. You can choose what to share, how much, and when. That choice is part of your self-respect. You are not what happened to you. You are who you chose to become afterward. In the end, your past relationships and history are private chapters. They are real. They matter. But they are not the headline of your life. Let the past remain in its place. Build a present that is not trapped by comparison, but full of new possibilities. Guard the space of your heart. You don't need to prove or defend your history. Your value is found in who you are today and in the strength you carry because you have walked through all of it and are still here. Your vision and your dreams are the force that move you forward. They give you direction and meaning. They light up the dark places. But in their early stages, they are fragile. There is quiet power in keeping them close. Not every dream is ready for public conversation. Some need time to be formed, tested, and strengthened in private. When you talk too soon about your dreams, you risk them being weakened by other people's doubts and fears. Not everyone will see what you see. Not everyone will believe it is possible. Some will project their own limitations onto you. They may tell you to be realistic, when what you need is to be faithful. Feedback can be helpful at times, but in the wrong moment, it can kill a dream before it has a chance to grow. Dreams are tender when they are young. They need your focus, your work, your belief. Shared too widely, they can get pulled in too many directions. The world is loud with opinions about what you should want and what you can do. But your vision is personal. It comes from the deepest part of you. Protecting it means you choose carefully who you let speak into it. There is also vulnerability in revealing your dreams. They show what you truly desire, what you hope for, what you fear. When you lay that open, you open yourself to judgment, jokes, or dismissal. Some will not understand why you burn for what you do. That can be discouraging. Keeping your dreams private for a season shields you from pressure. It lets you move in faith without having to explain each step. The journey of building your vision demands action before evidence. You may take steps that don't make sense to others yet. If you share too early, people may ask you to justify your progress, your pace, your choices. That can steal your focus. Sometimes the strongest move is to let your actions speak first, and your results speak louder. Your dreams reflect your potential. Honoring them means knowing when to guard them. Not everyone will understand the sacrifice.